Hey guys, my name is Prut, and today I'll be talking to you about changes. Yeah, look, I'm really sorry about that weird, awkward introduction. It's only polite if I introduce myself. It's tradition, after all. Tradition. When you hear that word, what comes to mind? Well, it's probably something really old, right? Something passed down from generation to generation till it becomes the norm. The things we uphold so high and mighty that these things become the rules and guidelines in how we live our lives. Those who break them are looked down and frowned upon. Now, why do we care so much for the things we sometimes even disagree with? Well, my answer is we value it too much. We give it too much importance that just to simply get rid of it, that would be a tragedy. You see, we are forced to live in this box of standards and tradition that we believe that this is where we belong. Our passion is taking us somewhere else, but we allow it to collect us because it's just another dream, right? See, many of us fear change. We fear being different, and we learned that ever since we were young. I'm talking from my own personal experience here, but back when I was in middle school, I remember a teacher giving me an assignment. It was a project. Now, there were very clear rules and guidelines in how the project had to be done, and I, for one, understood it. However, me being myself, I thought of another idea, and I promise you that this idea incorporated every single little thing that the assignment required. I was really excited when I was going to introduce the idea to my teacher, hoping he would appreciate me for my creativity and innovative idea. Well, those high hopes didn't last very long. I was simply refused. And the only explanation given back to me was the assignment was always been done this way. I mean, it's always been done this way, right? It's only tradition, after all. To be honest, I didn't put so much thought to it at first. I simply thought that I was in the wrong for coming up with such a ridiculous question. However, as I grew up and recalled these memories, I started to realize how ridiculous they were. I am presenting an idea, one possibly more efficient and effective, to get out of the assignment, and the only explanation of your refusal was the assignment was always done this way. You can see how this can become quite infuriating, right? Can we truly call ourselves a progressive and evolving species if we're not even willing to make small changes? An idea should never be static, right? New generations bring new ideas, new thoughts, new way of doing things. If you're still being so narrow-minded, maybe you should all forget about the future and bring ourselves back to the present. Now, some of you guys here are probably high schoolers, and throughout your life, you've been through a lot of changes, whether it's changes with your friends, your family, or even your body. Well, now that you're in high school, you know it's gonna be one of the biggest changes in your life. It's a time where you have to sit down and ask yourself, where should I aim for? What classes should I take? Should I go IB or AP? What colleges should I attend? Wow, isn't high school such an amazing experience where one can truly find out who they really are and what they truly want in life? Now please, find me a high schooler who ever said that. Is it really your choice? Sure, there's between IB or AP over 50 courses you can choose from, half of which you can scooch aside and ignore. Is it really you making your own decision, or has someone else already made them for you, and you're expected to do it? Is it really you creating your own path and carving out your own way, or has someone else already created that path for you, and you're just expected to follow them? See, it's really funny how we live in a world more open and globalized than ever, yet our individualism is kind of pleasing. Because let's be honest here. Majority of you guys are A, going to pursue your parents' business or career, or B, become a doctor. You see, throughout history, we've always been ridiculing people who are different, those who come up with new ideas, come up with strange ideas. Yet, we fail to realize that our world was in fact shaped by them. You know this man, right? Of course you do. It's instant. He's Steve Jobs, founder and former CEO of Apple. Now, if I were to ask you this question, is this man crazy? What would you say? Well, you would probably reply to me like very angry, like crazy? What do you mean crazy? He's Steve Jobs, he's the founder of Apple, he's the former CEO, he's rich, he's famous. How could this man ever be called crazy? Well, you're probably right. But what if I asked this question 40 years ago, where this man dropped out of college after taking 18 months in calligraphy class? My guess is your answer would probably look a little bit different, wouldn't it? Yet this crazy man we're talking about here revolutionized our world. Or about this man. I'm sure you don't know him by name, but I assure you that he was responsible for saving countless of lives. His name is Vincent DeVita. He was responsible for making a huge breakthrough in the medical field after he found the cure for childhood leukemia and Hodgkin lymphoma disease. Diseases one thought to be fatal has turned to something treatable. But his way of getting there, giving desperately ill patients countless countless doses of potentially toxic drugs, hoping it would cure them. We all knew that he succeeded, but we still feel that his way was wrong, it was inhumane. Yet we're all sitting here, thankful for what he did and what he had done to change our world. These two are only a few examples of those who have done things differently and achieved better results than others. And I know for a fact that these two are not the only ones. But look, I'm not trying to say that if you go your own path and carve your own way, you're going to become the next Steve Jobs or the next Vincent and change it or revolutionize the world. But me personally, I'm scared. I'm scared that one day I have to ask myself a question 40 to 50 years from now. The question? What am I doing with my life? What have I been doing with all my life so far? And I'm willing to bet that I'm speaking for everyone here, but no one here wants to live a life unfulfilling and unsatisfying. So why not make a change? Why not make a difference? Why not ask ourselves, who would I choose to be if the world didn't tell me who I had to be? Thank you very much.